Hi, everyone. Welcome to the second stream of the day for Trading Bitcoin with your host, Tone Vays. I had to do a very quick YouTube video this morning because I literally only had 10 minutes before we had to go do the walkthrough. And then I had to go over to with Adam and Giacomo to Blocks Live.tv for an interview. They are also going to be doing the live stream for us. And the goal of this morning's video, I wanted to let the world know that I took a short trade in Bitcoin, and I wanted to do it as soon as possible because last night I just entered the trade and I passed out because I needed sleep. I didn't have time to like write a silly tweet or I couldn't put in the effort, right? So let's go through it in a little more detail along with my interview with Ivan on Tech, because a lot of people saying that I said something very wrong about the amount of Bitcoin that went up in 2017. So let's kind of review a bunch of that stuff. This will be my last price stream because the conference, I'm going to be busy. We're going to be organizing the conference. We're going to be live streaming the conference on this channel. So you guys are on your own with, trading decisions and stuff. I have a short trade on. I will let you know where my stop loss is. I will not adjust that stop loss. Let's just discuss everything real quick. I do have other stuff to do today, so we'll see how long this is going to be. Let's take a final in-depth look, and on Sunday I have a workshop all day. So maybe by some miracle I will do a video early morning on Sunday, but probably not. It's possible there will not be another price live stream on this channel until Monday. Okay, and then Tuesday I go to Italy. Wednesday I go back to the US. And we can talk about maybe meeting up for dinner in Italy, but I just have no time to manage that. So, okay, let's go to screen share. Oh, where am I here? Okay, let me close that. And what is this? Let me close this. And let me close this. Hold on. And let me close. I'm gonna click closing it. I'm not gonna look at Tesla. I'm gonna close that as well. Okay, now let's go to the live stream. I already see a question. Is 1.3 thousand still a possibility? Absolutely, yes. It's still a possibility. The question is 1.3 thousand greater than a 50% probability? And my answer to that is I don't know. Do I think that sub $3,000 is greater than a 50% probability? My answer is yes. Sub 2,000 greater than 50% probability? My answer is probably. 1.3? We'll see. Okay, share screen, and here we go. I'm just gonna go to my Twitter real quick. Hey guys, check out this interview with blockslive.tv. We were just in their studio. It's a very nice studio here in Malta. They don't have a lot of followers. Go ahead, check it out. They do pretty cool stuff. Really nice studio. They're going to be providing the live stream for the conference, Understanding Bitcoin. Adam Back, Giacomo, Zuko, and myself were just in their studio doing an interview. That interview is going to air live on their channel, and you can go to their website by clicking on their Twitter handle. It's blockslive.tv. You can just head on over there and check it out. We will, it'll be at, I think, 11 a.m. Eastern time, which is like, I don't know, 6 p.m. Malta time or something like that. You can check out some of their other content. So go ahead and take a look. Okay. Oh, Kevin, I know Kevin. Okay. Next. I did an interview with Ivan on Tech. It was a very good interview. Oh, it's on their channel. Okay, sorry. I thought it was on my YouTube channel profile. I did an interview with Ivan on Tech the other day. Where is it? Here it is. Okay. Let me click on this and go over something real quick. Someone is asking me, what is my percentage that we go sub 3,000? Somewhere in the 60% to 70% range. I'm still pretty confident that we are going to go sub 3,000. Okay, so in this, check out my interview with Ivan on Tech. Ivan does a great job. It was very good questions. We should talk about this part. Let's review a little bit, right? Right here, 200 USD to 20,000 is 100x. I said 10x. Okay, let's go through and review that. Okay, I could be mistaken, but let's just go ahead and review. Again, I do so many live streams. Yes, I mean, obviously from 200 to 20,000 is 100x. That's not what's in question. The question is, what did I mean by the latest bubble being smaller than the prior bubble, right? And that's what we really need to discuss. So I want to discuss that first. We will get to my short trade after that, because I think it's time we clear this up. So let's, I'm at 400 live viewers. So let's take a look at the long-term view of Bitcoin. I will use this chart here, okay? This is my expectation chart. Let's go back to, let's just back up here. Let's do this a little bit on the slower side, so that we're all on the same page here. Okay. I'm not really sure about that move, but okay. This is the weekly scale, okay? The question is, when did this bull run begin? So what I'm gonna do is, I think if you hold the shift button, and I'm not gonna use this bottom wick, that seems very weird. Wait. Okay, here we go. Let's go up to this corner here. Okay, now, what percentage move is that? So that is 51,000%. So, so in percentage, right? If we say something goes up 10x, right? If something goes up, it's just like math, right? If something goes up 2x, it's up 100%. If something goes up 3x, that means it went up 200%, right? So you just drop 1 for every 100, right? So 51,000, that's not what we're really dealing with, right? Let's talk about the real move, right? Let's talk about the breakout. Let's use the breakout level, right? Because there's a couple of ways we can do this, and we want to be consistent. We can talk about the move from the low. Okay, I think this is a legitimate spike. This is weekly charts. So if I hold shift and I click this, and then I go here. Okay, oops. I think I have to click it. Okay, so that is a 5,000% move from the very low, right? I should probably write this down. Man, where do I write it down? I don't have a pen and paper or anything like that. All right, I'm gonna open Notepad, and then maybe I'll share my notes. Okay, so let's do Notepad. I'm just gonna write it down on my own, because like this stuff is kind of important, and I'm not really prepared, so we're doing this live. So we are talking from April. So let's do this is the 2011 bull market, right? So we're talking April to, so April low to June. I'll say June, could be July, I have no idea. To June high, April low to June high is, I'm gonna round. So we're gonna say 5,500%. Like, I'm just gonna round, right? So what is 1,500% in X terms? Well, that's about 5,500%, that is 54X, right? I'm a little sleep deprived, but 54X, because like, again, 2x is 100, 3x is 200, 5x is 400, you know, so that's 54x. That's from the low, okay? Another way to look at it, and I know I'm not sharing my notes, but I'll share my notes after. Another way to look at it is from the breakout point, right? So instead of going from there, I'm gonna go from the breakout point. This was the true bull market, right? Here. Stick to reasonable percentages here. This is 3,000%. Again, I'm going to round, right? So I'm going to say 2011 breakout, 2011 April breakout, April break to June high. So you see how that's a much lower percentage. So that I know you might be bored, but this is important. So this is 3,000%. I'm making notes, but I know you guys, I'm not sharing that part of the screen. 3,000%, which is 29x. So let's round for purposes. You know, there's really not much difference between 54x and 55x. I'm going to use round numbers. And here I'm going to use 30x. I know it's 29x, but we're going to use 30x, right? So I'm kind of rounding here. I'm using round numbers. So this is what I mean when I say Bitcoin went up approximately 30x in the 2011 exponential rise, okay? So we're up 30x here. That was the very first bull market, okay? Now, let's talk about the next bull market. See, the next bull market, the breakout was like, we didn't really dip, right? So over here, the breakout is here, right? Not from the very tip low, but from the breakout level. Here, we were flat. We had this ascending triangle. Now, I know the breakout versus 2011, which happened to be on a 9, by the way, so that's beautiful. Here, the breakout from 2011, I want that arrow to be nice and thick, but here, it doesn't matter. Sorry, guys, I'm wasting time. I know. Time is precious and I'm wasting it. Right here, the breakout is $30, but that's not when the move took place. The move started right here soon after the halving in January of 2013. So once again, I'm going to hold the shift button. I'm going to put this here. I'm going to go right there. I'm going to do that. And what is that? That is 1,900%. So again, I'm going to round off and I'm going to say the 2013 bull market from April break, because April low, so not April, what am I saying? January, the low and the break were the same. So the low and break to start us off in January of 2013 up to the April high, was approximately, I'm going to round, I'm going to say 2,000%, which is approximately 20x. Okay, so far we're all on the same page. I'm making notes here. Then we had another bull run. The question is, where do we mark this bull run? Now, I don't really want to mark it off of the very low, but let me see what it is. If I use the very low here to here, that is still less of a percent than before, right? Slightly less, 1750. I ideally want to do it from this level where we flattened out and then broke out just for consistency's sake. Now we can use the day that the Silk Road got shut down, in which case we're going from that low up to that high, and that gives us 1,000%, which is approximately 10x, right? So there's a bunch of ways you can do this, or we can go from here up to here, right? And that is 800%. So that's only 7x. Now, the other way you can do it is to use the low here and go all the way that this was a crazy year, okay? So I think I'm just going to split the middle. I'm going to split the middle and I'm going to say, hey, you know what? Let's do it from the up move. All right, come on, what the hell? What's going on? I hate using this thing. Let's use round numbers and let's say this upswing is approximately the late Jan. So this is another 2013 from October or from September, let's say. From September, I guess it's a low and break on the same, it was a low and a break on the same day. Low and break up to November high, and that is approximately 1,000%, sorry, which equals 10x. Again, I'm just rounding. Now, there's one more I want to write down. I want to write down for the entire year. So again, I want to be consistent. Let's talk about the bull market of 2011. I'm going to use this area here. And this takes us to 16,000%. Let's say 15,000%. Again, I'm going to use round numbers, right? 15,000%. So this is the 2011 full year bull. Full year bull. That is 15,000%. Try to put commas. There it is, comma. I know you guys might be totally bored, but I think this should be discussed. And this is, so 15,000% is, what is that, 150x? 150x. Again, I'm rounding, right? Okay, now let's talk about the entire bull market of 2013, right? So the entire bull market of 2013 is from here up to there, and that is 8,600. I will round, let's say I'll round to 9,000. Again, I'm maybe cheating, maybe not cheating, doesn't matter, right? So full year bull, that's the 2013 full year bull, and that comes in at 9,000%, which is 90x. I should put equal signs. Equals, yeah, I know you don't see my notes, but I'll show you the notes after. Equals. And 9,000% equals approximately 90x, okay? Now let's talk about the current bull market. Now, notice how I wasn't going from the swing market lows. I wasn't going from the swing market lows. I was going from the reasonable area of the breakout. Now, we can debate where the reasonable area of the breakout was for the 2017 bull run. We can also debate that the 2017 bull run was both 2016 and 2017. That was a big bull run. Now, sure, if we cherry pick the ultimate low of $200, that is 100x. But I don't want to cherry pick the ultimate low because I have not been cherry picking the ultimate low on my other bull markets. If I cherry pick the ultimate low on my other bull markets, then this would have been a ridiculous X, like thousands X, like 100,000%, right? And this would have been from the cherry picked low of $2, like, because we can also cherry pick the low from here all the way up, and that is 58,000. Or this one is 13,000, which would be bigger than that one, right? So I want to be consistent here. So I don't want to cherry pick the low. I want to potentially cherry pick the breakout. Now there's 2 points of a breakout. One of them is right here at approximately $400. So if I hold shift, this to me was the breakout of the ascending triangle. And if I go all the way to the top, that is 4,000. And this is in May of 2016. So this was actually over a year, right? So this is the 2016 to 2017 bull run. And we're going to say from the breakout area, like we've been staying consistently, of June break up to the December high. And that is, I'm going to round, I've been rounding up. This one is at 4,200. It kind of makes sense for me to round this down to 4,000%. You can disagree. That's fine. And 4,000%, it is 40x. Okay, so 4,000% is 40x. But, and here's the big but coming. This is a year and a half of a bull run. And the prior, we had 2 bull runs in 2013, right? So even if I combine the entire 2013 bull run, it is still shorter in time. Then it still happened faster than the 2016 and 2017 bull run. And if you combine the full year 2013 bull run, that comes in at 90x, right? Now, even if I cherry pick the low, right? Then cherry pick the low, it's a little worse. So here's the general idea. Like I might have been off on my numbers because I was doing them out of my head. The point is this: the way I look at this chart in log scale, and now I'm going to show you, I'm going to exit now that I have my notes. So over here, I will say 2016. Well, that is the full year, right? So this is the full year. I'm going to say, well, because it was full year bull. And now I'm going to take this, I'm going to X that, and I'm going to put that here. Nope, not there, sorry. X that, put that here, put that here, put that there, and put that there, and raise that, right? So this is what I'm looking at here. And now we can go, individual years, right? Like because this was a very long and dragged out bull market. If I only look at 2017, that's another thing I want to do. I want to compare them, like what can Bitcoin do in a single year? So then there was another breakout in this area, the breakout of prior highs. So we can say this area here, let me not cherry pick against myself now. If I use this breakout, that is 2,400% for 2,500% for approximately 25x. So that's from this area here, and from the breakout area, from this area, from the 1,000 low, that is approximately 1,600%, so about the same, right? So, I'm not even going to put that down. So now let me do screen share. Let me change my screen share around. Stop sharing, share screen. I'm going to share desktop, main screen. Okay, so here's what, so here's my breakdown, right? So, oh, I should charge my computer. So my breakout is this: the 2011 full bull market was 150x. The 2013 full bull market without cherry picking the low was approximately 90x. If you cherry pick the lows, these numbers are astronomical. So without cherry picking the ultimate low in 2015, I used a reasonable breakout period of 2016, 2017, and that gives me approximately 40x. You can stretch that to like 50x, maybe you can stretch it to 100x, close to it, right? But if you stretch this to 100x, this would be over 2 years long. This was only 1 year, okay? So to me, the general concept is every bull run is getting shorter and shorter by percentage. And that's the main takeaway. It's not whether I was perfectly right on the statistic. It's about, is every single bull run that we've had in the last 10 years, are they getting stronger by percentage or weaker by percentage? And they are clearly getting weaker by percentage. And this is why I do not expect us to go astronomically high in the next bull run. I mean, if we can get to 100K, great. But I think we're only going to get to 50K and then pull back. Is it possible we'll go to 100K? Yes, it's possible, right? Like this right here, I have us going to 50K. All I have to do is expand the arrow to like here, and now we're at 80, 90, right? So I do think that the next bull run is going to be shorter by percentage. So that's all I was trying to explain in that show with Ivan on Tech, okay? All right, hey, Seth, I see your question. You put in a generous tip, so let's take a look at it. Hi, Tone. Bitcoin December 2018 low was pretty much perfectly timed with the S&P December 2018 low. Do you believe, like I do, that it's a coincidence? Yes, I do. If so, and you are now long-term bullish on the S&P, seems contradictory to Bitcoin bearishness. Thoughts? Well, if it was a coincidence, it's not contradictory, right? Like to me, it was a coincidence that the December low in Bitcoin coincided with the December low in the S&P. Now, was there a December high in the S&P? I honestly don't remember. Let's go and take a look. Here's the S&P. This was a high. That was a high in October of 2018. S&P topped before Bitcoin. No, I think Bitcoin is just independent of the S&P. They have very small correlation, very small correlation. I don't believe that it's a contradiction thinking that the S&P is going to go higher and Bitcoin's going to go lower. Also, by the way, guys, I like I've been saying, I'm going to be very surprised if the S&P goes to new all-time highs this year. I think the S&P is going to double top and pull back and then break out to new all-time highs next year. Now, I could be very wrong. I mean, I'd rather be on the bullish side of the trade. Did I read the thing wrong? Let me read your question again. Bitcoin December 2018 low was pretty much perfectly timed with the S&P December 2018 low. Do you believe, like I do, that isn't a coincidence? Oh, no, I don't believe like you do. I believe that it was a coincidence. I believe that the S&P low and the Bitcoin low being at the same time was a coincidence. I don't believe that they're that correlated. They're slightly correlated in the fact that they're both private assets, okay? But I don't believe that they're that correlated. So I don't see a contradiction between being bullish on the S&P and being bearish on Bitcoin, because honestly, I think even though the S&P is on a bullish trade, it's kind of, you kind of almost missed the majority of the trade if you weren't, you know, long S&P yet. And therefore, I think the S&P upswing is going to slow down, and I think we're going to pull back. Like sell in May and go away is a legitimate saying. I do think the market will probably top in May, and we're already in April. So I really do think that the S&P only has a few months left of upside, and I don't think we're going to go to new all-time highs. I think we're going to pull back, and I think we're going to pull back, and it's going to be a slow, maybe a fast pullback, but I don't believe that the S&P is going into a bear market. But it's possible that the S&P is going to pull back in May, go down into September throughout the summer, stay above 2,700, and then break out to new all-time highs at the end of the year. So it's possible that the S&P is going to reverse in the next few months, and then it's going to be correlated with the Bitcoin fall again, which I'm expecting. So to me, this makes sense. I don't know if it does to you. Okay. All right. Now let's get back to Bitcoin. So this is what I was trying to explain on Ivan on Tech, in that every Bitcoin rally, every Bitcoin bull market is smaller to the prior bull market, and that's why I expect the next bull market to be smaller still by percentage. Okay, I got more questions. Tone, JPMC is forecasting economy downtrend, recession in 2020. Layoffs have started in wealth management. Initial projections is 18 months. How can that play out for Bitcoin price? I think it's irrelevant. There could be a recession in 2020. I don't think so. I think Trump's going to get reelected, and maybe there'll be a recession after Trump's reelection. But I don't want to think about the stock market in 2020. It's too far away. But thank you for your donation, Blockchain Guru. Okay, Bitcoin price. We are pulling back further. Wow, well, I've been doing a video. We're going to talk about my short trade. So here's that 9. It really kind of, man, I didn't want to make that short trade last night. I really wanted to do it like now. Like I really wanted to do the video right now because the 12-hour chart is flipping in 28 minutes. I really wanted to do this video like around this time as we got the 12-hour 9 at the top. Like the perfect, like I really wanted to short this thing at like 52, 5,300. And in my last video yesterday, I said that I expected the price to go higher and top today, Thursday. Today was going to be the top. Now we actually topped, I'm gonna go, this is UTC time. So like we topped, but it was almost like Thursday, right? So we topped at the very evening on Wednesday. So like at the very end of the day on Wednesday. So it was just, I came in a little early, and I'm sorry that I wasn't live telling you that I'm shorting the market. But hey, it's my job isn't for you to follow my trading. My job is, well, my job is to promote Bitcoin. But other than that, my job is to educate you about trading. And I saw an opportunity to short because it went up way too far, way too fast. And I knew I had all these 9s. I had a 9 on the weekly. I had a 9 on a daily that showed up. So there's the 9 on the daily. I had the 9 on a 3-day, which I don't normally care about, but hey, it's another time frame that people trade, and beautiful 9. And I wanted to catch a short off the top. Like if you're going to trade the reversal, you want to get to near the top as much as possible. And unfortunately, the 4-hour chart did not really line up, but we did have a 9, but then we went higher. But I wasn't going to go long here. My only option was to wait for the 13 or take the opportunity to go short. The hourly chart, oh, this is my 10-minute chart, okay? It's time to lower that stop loss, guys. I mean, I can't have this trade go lose me money at this point, right? So even if you entered this trade when I told you that I did it like this morning, you still would have, you'd be way in the money right now. I think it was like 5,100 when I said it, and I shorted at 52.79 or something like that. 50. I'm not looking at my trading account right now. I'm not gonna dox myself again. So and after this, I gotta go to dinner and stuff. No, guys, I can't tell you how much leverage. I can't tell you anything because if I provide too much information, I'm going to get shut down again. Okay. So the more information I publicly provide, the more the trolls are going to start, making my life a living hell because as long as no one knows where that trade was made or the information on that trade, no one can trace it. No one can trace the trade. So I can't tell you how much leverage because that's more information that I'm willing to share for the purposes of making sure that trade actually makes me money this time and not get, forced dropped. And I'm also not saying where that trade was made. So don't assume where that trade was made because that could also be inaccurate. There are other exchanges that I can make that trade. And I'm not even going to name those exchanges, right? So for now, all I can tell you is, there is the amount of that trade will be liquidated at this line, but we're not going to get there because I've already changed my stop loss before I did this video, and I made sure I closed the browser. Anyway, so let's go to the hourly chart. The hourly chart didn't help me enter this trade, unfortunately. It kind of sucked. The hourly chart also told me to go long, but I wasn't looking at that because the weekly, the 3-day, the 1-day, and the 12-hour were all telling me to go short. And I saw the big price spike, and I didn't like it. I didn't think it could keep going up like that. I mean, I thought we were overextended at 5,100. I mean, when I saw it run up, Like I was disappointed that we didn't sell the ticket sale Bitcoin at 5,300. We sold it, just under 5,000. We took that exit. I'm like, damn, all we had to do was wait like 2 more days and we could have gotten, 52, 5,300 where I was actually shorting the damn thing. So, so I had to rely on my favorite intraday candles, which is the 10-minute candles, right? Now, the 10-minute candles gave me the perfect opportunity. And this is why, I left dinner. As people went for after drinks, and here we had dinner with the Blockstream team last night. People went after the restaurant at the hotel. People went to a bar. I did not, and I told people I'm going short. I need to get to my computer. I need to do this. And here it is. There was a 9 on a 10-minute chart, and that 9 allowed me to enter this trade. Now, there was a couple of ways to do it. You can take a chance and start shorting right off the 9. You can wait for the red 2 to go below the red 1. Anywhere here would have been fine. I wanted to sleep. I wanted to enter that trade, and I did. I entered it right there at the bottom of that candle. It was around 52.79, and on the spot price. And my stop loss was going to be the setup trend line, 54.20. I put decent leverage on there, and I'm going to let this thing ride. Now, I am not even ready to take my profit yet because I'm waiting for this market to turn now, because I have the 8 on a 12-hour. I will still be with you in 20 minutes, and we will see a 9 show up. I'm hoping that, well, unless it dumps in the next 20 minutes. We have a weekly 9, a daily 9, a weekly 9, a 3-day 9, a 1-day 9, a 12-hour 9 is coming in 20 minutes. I was really hoping for a 9 or a 13 on a 4-hour chart. So ideally, I wanted to, like, if these were all positive candles, this could have been an 8, 9, 10. This would have been an 11, working on a 12 if we slowly continued running up. Now, I'm sure they wouldn't have been consecutive. Maybe we would have been on a 10 of 13. Also, if this continued to go up, this would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with 3 more candles. So ideally, I wanted to short this thing like late tonight, like in 8 hours from now, like in 8 to 12 hours from now. And then all of my 9s would have been aligned. Hopefully the 1 hour would have been as well. But I took this trade. Now, for those that are unhappy with this, and there are haters everywhere, let's go to my YouTube channel and let's pull up a video from this morning. And this comment, I try to ignore all the trolls, but this comment really bothered me. Where is it? I mean, there's so many bad comments. Look at this. Look at this. See, this is why. Like, let's report. That's hate speech. Boom. It sucks that YouTube makes you do that. Okay, so this was a legitimate comment. Tone, I thought your #1 rule was never short Bitcoin. No, absolutely not. You can short Bitcoin. Bitcoin is fairly liquid, and Bitcoin is tradable to short. What you don't short is scam coins because they're like easily moved, right? So the only scam coin that I've shorted was Bcash during their fork because that was just too simple of a trade to make money on. So that was the only one I've shorted, but that was a fundamental event. I was shorting the fundamental event. I wasn't shorting the technicals. I was shorting the fundamental cluster F of their hard fork. So this is the comment that bothered me. Kind of scammy call, Tone. Wait until the price clearly drops and then claim last night I went short. I've been telling you I was gonna go short for 2 days, okay? I'm sorry I did not have your personal phone number, Desmond, to call you and let you know that I'm about to enter a short trade. Okay, I'm sorry I have other important things to do, but if you knew how to trade, you could have easily taken the same short trade as me because every sign was there. Okay, so there you go. So this is what really bothers me. Okay, hey Sonny, thanks for watching. And Sonny Decree, so I've been on his channel. Sonny will attest that he probably spends more time managing the comment section than doing his streams because it's annoying as hell. Okay, so that's the situation here, right? And no, I don't have to, you know, I've done enough live, you know, sample live trading for you guys. So anyone could have taken on the short trade. Now, when did I make this video? I made this video 5 hours ago, right? So let's go to the hourly chart. Here's the hourly chart, no, 10-minute chart. Let's go to the hourly chart. Let's go back 5 candles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I made this video on this candle right here, right? So, I mean, even if you shorted, then you're in the profit. And now it's up to you to decide what you're going to do with that profit. Okay. So because I will, now the smart thing to do right now. So my short trade took place. Oh man, I just moved it. This is the one I want to move there. Okay. My short trade should have taken, according to the rule book, I should have gone in at a crappier price. But honestly, the only reason I jumped the gun is because I was tired and I wanted to go to sleep. That's the only reason why. I mean, you can say I got lucky. So I have a slightly higher gain, but there was no reason for me to short it over there. I should have been a little more patient, shorted later at a crappier price for that short trade, but that's okay. So at this point, I would even be comfortable putting a stop loss all the way over here, but I'm not. I'm gonna say, hey, my entry was at, it was at like 52.79. It should have been around 52.50-ish. Let's go back to the 10-minute chart. Like a safer entry would have been here. Oh no, I don't want to move that. Oh man, I hate that. You know what? I want to move this to the back. Visual order sent backwards. Visual order sent to back. Oh, come on. So annoying. I can't get that red line. Forget it. Like, this is annoying. I'm gonna get rid of this. It's just in the way. So here's the short trade. I'm gonna go to the 10-minute chart. I'm gonna do this. The short trade, according to the Tom DeMark rules, though actually I could have shorted on a red 1 following a 9. This is where I was gonna short. I got lazy and I just went in short earlier. Just had a feeling. Even if you shorted here, you know, I would be, I mean, setting a break-even stop loss is great. Do I have a break-even stop loss right now on my, what's going on? Like, I'm tired. Like, why is this line so thin? Anyway, I'm like, take the magnet off. Like, you can easily set a break-even stop loss at this point. There's nothing wrong there. You can even take some profit. This is a swing trade, guys. I really think Bitcoin is going to sub 3,000. I have no reason to jump the gun and start taking profits here. This is not like a day trade. This is a swing trade. I'm confident that we're gonna go lower. And I know we just went up in the last 15 minutes, but I don't think that's gonna last. And I might set a break-even stop only because I'm not gonna be paying attention to the price of Bitcoin during the conference. So I'll set a break-even stop to make sure I don't lose any money on my trade. If it goes up, I'll manage it. For now, my stop loss is actually at the top of that candle. So I can still lose money on this trade if it goes against me. But after this video is over, I am gonna set a break-even stop loss. Now, the question is, this show is not trading advice at all. But if you shorted, when I did this video this morning, then you would have shorted it right here. Where would your stop loss be? Well, unfortunately, your stop loss is the same. Your stop loss is up there. And now what you need to do if you shorted late, if you shorted Bitcoin at $5,050 instead of $5,300, right? What you now have to do is you have to wait for the next breakdown. You have to wait for the breakdown of price to go below this green line. You have to wait for the breakdown of 48.90. It has to go below 48.90. It has to close below the setup trend line. And if it does, then you can set that stop loss to break even. But for now, I would not set that stop loss to break even because you can easily get whipsawed out of a decent trade. Now, if you really want to play it safe or your leverage is too big, then yes, you can set a break even stop loss. That's pretty much it on Bitcoin. I mean, there's nothing more I can say. I am now bearish. I have now said it in 2 interviews this morning and probably last night with Ivan on Tech that I am officially short this market. I believe this was the bull trap I've been talking about for months. And it's very likely that this week will actually close below $4,600. Okay, the market doesn't have to do what I tell it to do. The market has its own mind. I do not have influence over the market. Do you really think Novogratz is listening to me? Absolutely not. I really have no control. Okay. Now let's take a look at gold, silver, and S&P real quick. Gold isn't really doing anything. Okay, so I got a question. Walter, so you're asking what is the difference between my indicator and the free ones out there? Because 100 hours and over $20,000 was spent on making sure that my code is accurate with many of the bells and whistles. That's really the only difference. The difference is I don't know the accuracy or the effort that people put into the free version of the same code. So if you want to use the free version, sure. You can save $250 because it's just, that's how much it is. Like, it's cheap. It's a one-time fee. So it's up to you. The difference is quality. You are paying for quality. You're also paying for educational videos on how to trade it that come along with it. Just read the website, right? So just head on over to tonebase.com. And I really should have this a little more descriptive. 23%. And just head on over to indicator. When I go home in a few weeks, I'll try to make this a little more descriptive, and I'll try to explain why it's worth it to spend $250 because of the effort put in getting it right. And you get educational videos, and you go to a Telegram group with everyone else that owns it, which is getting a little spammy at the moment, but I'm going to clean that up as well when I have time to pay attention to. Okay, let's get back to gold. Gold, not interested. Red 6 of 9, it'll probably keep going down. It's bearish. Silver is just ugly looking. Oh, silver looks absolutely horrible. It's looking like it's going to puke out a lung. Oil continues to look bullish. Platinum, beautiful, like across all time frames. I mean, like Bitcoin, for me, shorting Bitcoin right here is the same as platinum. Look at platinum. Here's let's go to the monthly chart of platinum. Platinum hit an aggressive and sequential 13 on a down candle, and you know a 9 is coming. So the monthly chart warns you that platinum is toppy. The weekly gave you what did it give you? A combo 13 right at the high, a reversal candle followed by an aggressive 13. Unfortunately, the sequential isn't here yet, but we can still get the sequential if the weekly, if it pulls back up and makes a lower high. You may still have another good chance to short platinum, by the way. Platinum can still go back up to 1500, and it could set up an even better shorting opportunity from a risk perspective. The daily on platinum, I believe, gave you a perfect 9, and it did. Daily on platinum gave you an amazing selling opportunity right here. Oops, right there. Okay, reversal candle plus a 9, preceded by a sequential, preceded by the combo, followed by the aggressive, a broke setup trend, didn't even make it to a red 9, pulled back up, and is now reversing down. Like, beautiful. Could you have timed it better? Let me look at the 3-day on this. I don't normally look at 3-day charts. I don't really care about it. I have no idea. Nope, 3-day wasn't useful, but I've never really looked at 3 days before. Let's go back to the 1-day. Let's zoom in further, right? Let's take a look at I guess we can look at the hourly because it's a futures market. What day was the top? Where was the top? So there's the hourly. There's the high. Could sequential have gotten you out or into a short on the hourly? Well, you had a couple of combo 13s right at the high. Not great, you know. How I wish this was an 8, and then that would have made this a 9-13 at the high. But like I said, my favorite chart is the 10-minute chart. What are we looking at here? This is March 20th. The high came in on March 20th or March 21st. I'm not going to go into a 10-minute chart. It's just too granular, and I don't want to waste any more time. Let's go to the S&P. I'm going to end this video in a few minutes. Actually, I want to go relax before dinner tonight. Probably go to the sauna at the hotel or something. I'm still bullish the S&P. We're on a 6 of 13 countdown. We're on a 6 of 9 setup. It looks great on a daily chart. I believe today's Friday. No, it's Thursday. I don't know what day it is. Today's Thursday. So you have another day. So you're going to close the week on a potentially 7-7. If the market goes up today and tomorrow, you'll have a 7 setup, 7 sequential. The weekly is bullish 3. I mean, there's no reason to be scared going into the weekend. If I was a swing trader, would I take some profit? If the market rises today and it rises tomorrow, if the market is sitting around 2,900, what was the high? The high was 2,940. 2,940 was the high. Right, 2,940 was the high. Okay, so what's the high this week? 2,885. So I'll say this. If the market is in the vicinity of 29, and here's what I mean by in the vicinity of 29. If the market is closer to 29, if the S&P is closer to 2,900 than the current, than yesterday's close, right? Where was yesterday's close? Yesterday's close was 2873. So the difference, let's round 28, let's round to 2870, right? So that means if the market is, okay, let me rephrase it. If the market is above 2890, I would take some profit off the long trades going into the weekend. I don't know if you have long trades on, but if I have long trades on the S&P, I would take not all the profit because it's bullish going into the weekend. Assuming we go above 2890, everything I'm saying now is the assumption that the market is trading above 2890 28.90 on Friday. If the market is trading above 28.90 on Friday, I am looking at the 10-minute chart and I am trying to take my profit. If the market just goes up, 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 up into 2,900, I will take that profit at 3:55 p.m. on Friday going into market close. I will take some profit. How much profit from the bullish trade? It depends on the price action over the next 48 hours, okay? Guys, I talked about Tesla in recent videos. I don't really have anything more to say. Tesla is not in a tradable zone to me. It's just not trending. If the market's not trending, I don't trade it. Okay. There will be a live stream, guys. There will be a live stream for the conference. That live stream is going to be brought to you by blockslive.tv. They are going to do our live stream. We did an interview with them earlier today. That interview will air at 11 a.m. Eastern time. Keep an eye on my Twitter. Keep an eye on blockslive.tv Twitter, or sorry, Blockslive TV. Their website is blockslive.tv. Keep an eye on their Twitter. The interview was with me, Giacomo Zucco, and Adam Back. We did an interview in their studio. Looks exactly like this picture. And they will be bringing us the live stream from the conference tomorrow and Friday. All right, guys. Okay, on this note, I'm going to get going. It's still not too late to get on a flight and come down to Malta and join us for Understanding Bitcoin, which is a great conference. One last look at the 10-minute chart of Bitcoin. That's the 4-hour chart. This is the 10-minute chart. Now, the last video I did was the price of Bitcoin was approximately $5,070. As I said in that video, I have a short position on Bitcoin, and it doesn't matter if you think that I now want Bitcoin to go down because of my short position. It is totally irrelevant. My short position is as of 52.79, mostly because I got lazy and wanted to go to sleep. Otherwise, it would have been short at a lower price. I kind of took a little bit of a chance, but I'm okay, and it was fine. If this was an orderly decline, I would have been adding to my short position. I'm disappointed. This short position is not as big as I wanted it to be. I didn't think it would drop this fast. I also thought that I would have had plenty of time to tell everyone at approximately the same price that I was short at, but I immediately passed out and went to sleep, and then it fell really quick. Right now, I will be setting a break-even stop loss. I have not taken any profit from this position. If I did this position in my retirement account, I would be showing it to you the way I showed you guys my long position this morning. Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to short GBTC in my retirement account, so I'm resorted to using unregulated exchanges, and I can't give you any more details or I will be banned again. All right, guys, it is 8 a.m. New York time. It is 2 p.m. Malta time. I will probably not do a price stream, even though Tyler and Leah are both going to be here today. Maybe we will do it on Sunday, but Sunday I have my trading workshop. Hopefully they're still here on Monday and we can do a video on Monday, but we will see. All right, guys. Understanding Bitcoin. Come to Malta. If not this year, then definitely next year. This conference is going to be awesome. Talk to you all on the next one.